I was planning to create a video about Assessors Data to explain the latest trends in the inheritance property niche market. However, I realized from the questions we received that some of you might not be familiar with the structure of a living trust. So, I decided to create this video to lay the foundation for our next video. Why living trusts matter. At Assessors Data, we track over 3 million active inheritance properties that have not yet transferred title. We see more and more properties being held in living trusts. Therefore, if you work in the inheritance market, it's imperative to learn the basic structure of a living trust, also known as a land trust. I've used land trusts to purchase many properties, and in this video, I'll show you how easy it is to create one. So, let's walk through this educational video together. History lesson: the origin of living trusts. Do you know the origin of living trusts? The concept of the living trust has its roots in medieval England. It was developed as part of the law of equity, which arose in the courts of chancery. This body of principles sought to correct the strictness of common law by recognizing a split between legal and beneficial ownership. The legal owner, known as the trustee, was entrusted with property for the benefit of another person, the beneficiary. Medieval England. In the 1400s, noblemen in England used living trusts to prevent the king from confiscating their property. They placed their assets into a revocable living trust to protect their property from being seized by the crown, even if they lost their freedom or lives. First living trust in America. The first revocable living trust in the Americas was created for Francis Fauquier, the lieutenant governor of Virginia, in 1765. This trust ensured that his family would not have to go through probate to access his assets upon his death. Modern use of living trusts. Living trusts have since evolved into a popular estate planning tool, allowing individuals to manage and distribute their assets while avoiding the probate process and maintaining privacy. A more condensed version of the living trust is the land trust, a favorite tool among investors to buy, hold, and sell property. Creating a land trust. As I mentioned, I'm going to show you how quickly I can create a land trust to buy a property or transfer the title with it. Before we start, I want to disclose that I am not a real estate attorney, and this is not legal advice. It's for your information only. Living trust. A living trust is a legal arrangement created during an individual's lifetime to manage and distribute their assets. Here's how it works. Creation. The person who creates the trust, known as the grantor, transfers ownership of their assets into the trust. Management. The grantor appoints a trustee to manage the trust. The grantor can also serve as the trustee, retaining control over the assets. Beneficiaries. The grantor names beneficiaries who will receive the assets held in the trust after the grantor's death. Avoiding probate. One of the main advantages of a living trust is that it allows the assets to bypass the probate process, which can be lengthy and costly. Revocable versus irrevocable trusts. Living trusts can be either revocable or irrevocable. Revocable living trust. The grantor can modify or revoke the trust during their lifetime. However, the assets in the trust are still considered part of the grantor's estate for tax purposes. Irrevocable living trust. Once established, the trust cannot be changed or revoked. This type of trust offers greater asset protection and potential tax benefits. No probate. This means you can treat this real estate transaction as a standard sale. Upon the death of the trustee, the successor trustee has full power to dispose of the assets according to the discretion of the trust. Look how quickly some of these inheritance properties sold without probate. Take, for example, the property owned by the Otis Hunter Living Trust. Otis passed away on September 1, 2024. The successor trustee was able to sell the property in just 3 weeks, compared to over a year in probate court in California. Investor perspective. Looking from an investor's or fix and flip perspective, why do investors use land trusts? It is easy to use. And one can also hide his name. For example, if I'm buying a lot of properties in an area and don't want my competitors to track my deals, I would take advantage of a land trust to hide my personal identity. 1885 Jamestown Trust, dated November 18, 2024, Amanda Smith as trustee. Let me show you an actual land trust and see how easily I can create one. This land trust has stood the test of time and has been accepted by title insurance companies to insure many real estate transactions. Land trust document. My entire land trust document is only 6 pages, and it takes me just 5 minutes to create it. Page 1 already has my name as the trustee. I type in the name I want to give to the trust. For example, in this case, I bought a property at 6188 Dartmouth Avenue, so I name the trust the 6188 Dartmouth Avenue Trust, dated October 18, 2024. Page 3, I am declaring if I die. Jeffrey Smith is the successor trustee. There will be no probate. Page 4, the signature page, where I state that there is only one trustee but 2 beneficiaries. I could also be the trustee and the only beneficiary, or the trustee but not the beneficiary. I could even make the trustee or beneficiary another trust, LLC, or corporation. I have a lot of flexibility. We have 2 exhibits. Exhibit A shows the percentage of equity between the beneficiaries. Exhibit B, very important, as it contains the legal description of the property. Notice that the trust itself is not notarized. But when I sell the property, the escrow company or title company will have me fill out a document called the Certificate of Trust. In this document, I declare that I am the only trustee or the settlor of the trust. I provide the name of the trust, my tax ID, check the box that this trust is revocable, and finally, I have it notarized. There you have it. I hope this video helps you understand the basics of living trusts and land trusts. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive deeper into the inheritance property niche market. If you enjoyed this video, there are plenty more at leadcruncher.com, where we now host Assessors Data records. Thanks for watching and have a great day.